Hello everyone. I hope everybody can see me, you can hear me, I'm loud. Okay. Can you please put in chat if everything is okay from my side? You can see me. All right. Okay. Okay, all right. So I welcome to everyone for this generative AI class. Okay. And I hope everybody here you are joining this class, this session to become generative AI developer, right? So what is the roadmap to become a generative AI developer? That's what I'm going to discuss in this class. So this class you can assume as a foundation class. Okay. We are just setting some foundation just so that you can get familiar with the technology and the syllabus or the content that you have to learn and you have to really practice about that. Okay. So yeah, so let me talk about that. What first of all I want to discuss that what we are going to learn. Okay. And this class, let me put very forward straightforward, this class is for generative AI class. Okay, so here our purpose for this class is to become a master or proficient in generative AI. So if somebody here, anybody here, if you really want to become proficient in generative AI, then what are the stack? I would say tech stack you require. Okay, tech stack you require. Sorry guys, today my throat having some cough. Okay, so I can cough a bit. So what other tech stack required to become generative AI developer? Okay, so let me discuss about that. So let me talk about that. So here, this is the prerequisite. There are a couple of things which is prerequisite to become proficient in generative AI. Okay, and guys who are joining this session, I'm assuming that what I'm assuming that your foundation, like what is, I think everybody know Python here, right? Anybody here who don't know Python? Because Python is a prerequisite. If you really want to make a career into generative AI or machine learning, Python is pretty much required. And one thing I want to differentiate traditional, I will talk about that. What is the difference between traditional ML career and generative AI career? Okay, so in generative AI, if anybody here want to become generative AI proficient, your coding skills should be very good. It is more like a coding kind of jobs. Okay, so I'm assuming that these are the prerequisite. Your Python knowledge is good. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, and number two, your a little bit stats. I'm not assuming that it's you should be very good at the stats. If you have some basic idea, then it's okay. Number three is ML, okay, machine learning concepts. So I'm assuming that you all guys have already joined our previous classes about this all thing. These are the fundamental, right? Python, stats, ML concepts. These are very much important. I hope you all guys have done this all prerequisite. You have done all the courses. Okay, and you have these are the, I would say these are the foundation, these are not foundation, these are the basic or prerequisite thing are required. Okay, so I'm assuming that you have a Python, stat, ML concepts. So we are not here, see ML, why ML is required, because you can relate with the upcoming sessions. Okay, though we are okay, one thing I want to discuss here, there's a basic difference between traditional ML job and nowadays generative AI job. What is the basic difference? Okay, so let me talk about that. So here, the basic difference here is this. In traditional, okay, ML job, okay, I just here this whole thing I'm talking about just to set the foundation. Traditional ML job and Gen I job. Okay, this is what I have seen. This is my finding in generative AI. If anybody want to become very good, or if you really want to get a job, or you want to become very proficient in generative AI space, your coding skill is very important. Okay, especially the Python skill, because I have to say mostly more than 99% you will see company are using Python as a library just to develop the Gen AI solution, Gen AI products. Okay, so and you should have a something called software engineering skill. If you already have a software, you already uh, belong to software engineering background. Let's suppose you are a developer. okay, you already understand the development environment, okay, then it will be easy for you. And at the same time, you should have a good cloud knowledge. Okay, cloud knowledge. You should have a good deployment knowledge. I mean, how to deploy the solution or the application on the cloud platform. And apart from that, there's some multiple ML ops. You should have ML ops knowledge, or nowadays it is also called LLM ops knowledge. Okay, so there are a couple of tools which you should be very good. For example, that I will cover in this class, in this course, ML flow. You should good at ML flow. You should good at Grafana. There's some tracking, or I can say visualization tool. Grafana is there, or data log is there. This is also used in the industry just for logging, creating a dashboard. Okay, so there are some couple of tools you can say as a part of ML ops or LLM ops. Okay, and cloud, basic cloud is very very important. You should know entire pipeline, how the, like, starting from the data acquisition, building the pipeline, the deploying the pipeline, and along with that, you should know about the CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so you should know. I'm not saying you should be the expert or you should be doing. These are not your primary job. This is not your primary skill set. CI/CD. Okay, you're not a DevOps developer, but you should have a fair idea that what is the entire process. Maybe in basically generally in a project there are a dedicated team or team member to handle this all pipeline, like deployment, CI/CD. There's a separate team for that, but you should be familiar about this whole thing which I'm talking about. So this whole thing, okay, this whole thing makes a generative AI good developer or good professional in generative AI space. Okay, see in ML, this is my understanding, whatever I have seen in industry, how it is different from ML. Okay, so ML has been very long time, and this generative AI is when I'm shooting or when I'm teaching you all guys, this generative AI is very recent one. Okay, it has been started, I would say, 3 years back, around 3 years back. So it is very recent technology, and it's very emerging. And there are a lot of things are happening in the generative AI space. Okay, so ML, how is it different from ML? So ML is more like a traditional ML where it is not much here, not much. I mean, you should know Python pretty well because all the library are on the in the Python. So Python is you can say bread and butter. It's a foundation. You should know Python pretty well. Okay, but here one thing I find that in ML, if you really want to become ML professional, coding is, I mean, you should. It is not. I mean, it is not expectation that you should be very good coder or you are a good developer. It is not the expectation. Okay. In case of ML, what is expectation? Your stats knowledge. Okay. You understand the stats very well. You understand data pretty well. You understand the relationship between data pretty well, and you can do EDA pretty well. Okay, and you can do analysis on the data. This all thing. Okay, but here this is my difference. Okay, one thing, because this all you all guys are selected for Gen I, right? Generative AI. So that is why I'm giving a stress on generative AI. And here my whole purpose is to teach you, to show you the difference and what is the future of generative AI. Okay, so this is my understanding. I'm drawing a graph so that it can give you a better idea what is how generative AI is different from traditional ML kind of work. Okay, so this is yeah. So this is deep learning. Okay, I hope I will start deep learning also. This is deep learning, and this circle is software engineering. Software engineering. Okay, so if I talk about software engineering, you might be wondering what the hell software engineering is doing here in generative AI. But this is my understanding. If you have a background of software engineering, you understand the application, like what is the client, what is the server, what is the REST call, what is the microservice. Okay, if you understand those whole stack, then it will be easy for you. Okay, so you should have a deep learning knowledge, you should have a software engineering knowledge, you should have a cloud knowledge. Okay, Cloud is also very important. You should have a good cloud knowledge. So in the cloud, it can be any provider. It can be AWS, it can be Azure, it can be GCP. Any cloud knowledge is important. And apart from that, you should have a knowledge on Docker. You should know how to Dockerize the application, how the Kubernetes works, the basic thing, Kubernetes cluster. You should know this whole concepts. Okay, so cloud concept is important. And obviously, little bit. Okay, I also include here ML concepts also, though it is not very I would say very significant. But you should, if you have a ML concepts, you understand like how the ML algorithm works. If you have already worked in the ML space, then you it is easy to understand. Okay, so generative AI is a combination of a lot of things. It's a deep learning, and it is mostly it has a significant role of deep learning in generative AI. Like for example, all the model which you will learn like transformer, BERT, like OpenAI, LLM, Meta, Llama. These all are behind the scene. These all are neural network, which I will cover. Okay, and software engineering. So it's a combination of this all skill set. This is my understanding. This is what I have seen in the project level. Okay, so cloud knowledge, deep learning knowledge, software engineering knowledge, ML knowledge. Then you can become a very good in this space. So this is how it is different from other parts. Okay, now so in today's class, what we're going to learn. So I'm assuming that you guys are good at Python. You already have good knowledge in Python. This is I'm assuming. You have done some stats. You have some good understanding in the stats, and you know a little bit Python. Sorry, ML, machine learning. These all things I'm assuming that you have already done. These are the prerequisite. I'm assuming you already have the understanding, okay, which I'm not going to cover. If you have not covered this thing, then I will suggest you. Mostly Python is very important because everything will be in the Python code. Okay, so this is very important. Now, so going forward, what is the syllabus? I mean, as a I'm not syllabus, I would say roadmap. Okay, so what is the roadmap? Roadmap to become generative AI. In the Gen AI space, if you really want to make a career, so what are the roadmap and what are the industry right now working on? That's I want to talk about right now. Okay. So roadmap is like this. First, I discussed the prerequisite, right? I already discussed that your Python is pretty much important here. This knowledge, programming, and in the generative AI space, one thing you should be very good at coding skill. It is pretty much kind of developer role, I would say. It's more like a development kind of role. Okay, it is not like a only stats or something like that. It's pure development role. So your Python knowledge is very good. It should be very good. Okay, so these are the prerequisites. I'm assuming your Python, your stats, your ML, these are the prerequisites. Okay. Apart from that, so what are the roadmap? If you have done your basic thing, then you should know about NLP, which I'm going to teach right now. What is NLP? Okay. So in NLP, there are a lot of technique I will discuss. So in NLP, what is the NLP? You should know about some library, like what is the NL. Very important is NLTK library is there, a spacey library are there, right? And a structured library. This is also very I have used in couple of projects, so I find very good. Okay, and you should know some basic concepts like what is bag of word, right? What is n-gram, right? What is TF idea? There are some concepts which help convert number text into number. So I will talk about this thing. So this all thing cover under. I will talk about this whole thing. It is comes under NLP concepts. Okay, and then if you have these concepts. So after NLPK, after these things, important thing is the very important is the deep learning, deep neural network, DNN. Okay, so you should know about how the neural network work, the basic concept, which I will teach in this course. And okay, if you have these concepts, and then in the third part, then you should know about in DNN. Okay, there are multiple type of neural network, and especially for the text, like what is RNN. I will discuss that. What is LSTM? Okay. What is GRU? These are some special kind of neural network which is especially used in the text data. this all neural network in the text processing or in the text, because NLP is more like a text. It is not like a number or tabular format like traditional ML we do, right? So these are RNN, LSTM, GRU is a special kind of neural network which I will cover. Okay, so that you should know this understanding. But right now in industry, this have become all the latest project I have seen. People are not using much these are the neural network, okay, because they have a lot of limitations or drawbacks. So after that, this is very important, transformer. This is very, very important. And this has given the new direction to generative AI development, transformers. Okay. So there are a lot of what is the transformer model and how it is different from LSTM, GRU, and how it solves a lot of problems which were there in the LSTM, GRU. That's I will discuss. And in the transformer, there are a lot of models, which is like BERT model. Okay. BERT has multiple series of birds like or multiple kind of bird, you can say. What is distill bird, right? Distill bird, tiny, there are a lot of things like tiny bird, there's a mobile bird, right? So there are multiple version of a word model. Okay, then there's a T5 model, there is a 5 by Microsoft the 5 model. There are a lot of models which I will cover. Okay, after that, so after this, let me drag this. So the all thing we these are the roadmap. You have to understand this whole things. Okay. Uh, okay. Hmm. Now, so what? Okay. So NLP, you should know about NLP, which I'm going to start. You should know about neural network and these things, and transformer. You should know. Okay. And in the transformer space, if you have the understanding of this all model, this is very important is the fine tuning. And industry, I have seen there are a lot of use cases of fine tuning. You should know how to fine tune, okay, these models like BERT model, distributed model, or some other open source model, because fine tuning is also very important. I have seen there are a lot of case study around that. Okay, if you have if you have this all knowledge, transformer fine tuning, okay, after that start using how to there's some API. You should know some about some API. For example, Hugging Face. This is also very good. Uh, Hugging Face is an organization. It has its own API to deal with open source model. There are a lot of open source model, for example, BERT model. So how to use it? Okay. So Hugging Face provides a lot of API like pipeline, like trainer to fine tune the model. I will discuss everything. Okay. I'm just giving you the roadmap, what we have to cover and what you should know. Okay. And after that, then how the API to use the LLM model. Then I will talk about LLM, large language model. For example, OpenAI. If you heard about ChatGPT, okay, how to use OpenAI model, how to use Gemini model, Gemini 5 Google, how to use this model, how to use Llama model for Meta. Okay, so this all model, they have their own API. Okay, if you really want to leverage these all models into your application, right? Then you should know that, okay, how to use this all, what are the API, okay? These all API you should know that how to use this API and how I can build application, okay? Because this, why I'm using this whole thing to solve my business problem, right? So before solving the business problem, you should know that these are the models and how to leverage it, okay? And then very important in the Gen AI space is there are a lot of framework. Okay, uh, for example, LangChain. So there's a LangChain framework which is very, very important. So how to leverage LangChain? It's very foundation and very crucial, very, very important. I'm putting a star. It's very important framework. Okay, so how to leverage the API of LangChain? Okay, and this LangChain has a beautiful part. It has an integration. I mean, you can integrate LangChain with any kind of LLM, like OpenAI. What I'm talking about, OpenAI, Gemini, Llama, Cloud, any kind of model. Okay, you can easily integrate with LangChain, and you can make a call from LangChain API. Okay, and yeah. Once you have the LangChain API, you understand everything about LangChain. And then after that, after this, important is RAG. This is very, very important. How to build a RAG pipeline. What is, you will learn in class, what is a RAG application, how to build the RAG pipeline. Okay. And RAG is very, very important. It's kind of application. It's kind of we're building a solution. We are fixing some business problem and building a solution around AI, around LLM using RAG architecture. Okay, so and also there's some advanced architecture, or advanced concepts in RAG that you have to learn. I will discuss everything. Okay, if you have done this whole part after this, okay, after the RAG, and then nowadays, which is very important, where the industry is going on, is about the agents. Okay, agents. It is also called, I can say, agentic AI. Okay, so there are a lot of frameworks how to build agents. I mean, agents are just to it's a workflow. It's a complex workflow. Okay, without human interaction. Okay, so you can solve a business problem, okay, with the help of agent, and it's a very complex setup, complex workflow. It is called agent. There are a lot of framework. For example, there's a very famous is a LangGraph. LangGraph is a framework to build agents. There's a by Microsoft, which is very important nowadays. Autogen. A lot of people I have seen they're using Autogen. It's by Microsoft. Okay, and there's a Crew AI. This is another Crew AI. This is another I can say less code. This LangGraph and Autogen is more like a coding oriented. You can build agent using you have to write code in Python. Crew AI, it takes a different step, different approach. It is more like a configuration. Okay, it is more like a configuration approach. So these are the important framework that you have to learn to build agents. Okay, so these are the going forward our plan, or this is the course structure. If you really want to become proficient in generative AI, then this is all things you have to learn. Okay, so this will be our roadmap. So in this class, in this course, we are going to cover this everything. Agentic AI, it is not the part of this course. Agentic AI, it's a separate course. You can enroll for that. So this all thing we are going to cover. So what we are going to cover here, we are going to cover NLP, neural network, transformer, fine tuning, Hugging Face, all the LLM, OpenAI, how to use that, LangChain framework, what is the RAG pipeline, advanced RAG, okay, and yeah, these things we are going to cover, and very important. This is just a concept. These are what I'm talking about. These are only the concepts, only the theory, or I can say only theory or concepts, right? Important part is the real time work. Guys, if anyone here, if really want to get a job, real time work, or you can say project, right? If anybody here, if really want to become generative AI developer, and if really want to switch your profile from whatever you're working right now into generative AI space, and if you really want to crack interview, right? This is very important. I think everybody here want to crack interview, right? Crack the interview. So if you really want to crack the interview, this is very important. Real-time work, you have to showcase real-time projects, and you should have a very good understanding, deep understanding of these all concepts which I'm talking about, so that you should be able to answer question in interview, and only then people will select you. Okay, this is very important. So capstone project, hands-on practices, you have to complete. Otherwise, if you just cover theory, because there are a lot of things to cover, I would say your concept, the things which are going to put your mind, it will not conceptualize. So if you really want to conceptualize whatever you're going to learn, you have to do work around that. Only then it's going to be work. Okay. And apart from that, there are a lot of tools that's I'm not covered, okay, which is yeah, let me talk about that also, because this is very, very important, because interview, uh, people will ask this question, okay. These are the extra I'm talking about, but this is extra, but this is important. These are very important part, okay. LLM ops, LLM ops, or you can also call ML ops. This is also important. Okay. So here it has a lot of tools you have to understand, like ML flow. What is ML flow? How to leverage ML flow, how it solved the problem, right? ML flow. Then you have to know Airflow, Apache Airflow, to build some job, because these are some I have seen the real-time use cases in the industry, in the rack pipeline, in the generative AI application. They're using these tools. Okay. There are like Grafana tool you have to understand. Datadog, just to build up logging, and Datadog just to build a dashboard or tracing the LLM call. This is used. We use. I have seen in project we are using Datadog. Okay, and obviously cloud. You should know cloud, because people I have seen in interview, they have expectation that whatever these are the concept, along with that, you should also know the deployment part. You should know the whole pipeline, how the entire pipeline work, how to deploy that on the cloud. This is also expectation in the interview and company. Okay. So if you have this all knowledge, my friend, you combine this all knowledge, then you become an asset, and you are ready for doing work or project in generative AI space. All right. Okay, so this is all we have to cover. I know that it's a lot of things. It might be overwhelming. I totally understand that there are a lot of things to cover, but yeah, this is thing to cover. Okay, right? Any questions, by the way, in chat? Anything you want to ask? Okay. Okay, all right. So in this session, I cover all the roadmap, what we have to cover to become generative AI developer, and how to get started. Okay. So now to get started, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start NLP. The first thing, okay. I will start with the NLP concept. What is NLP, right? And I will start with all the library, and I will talk about what is NLP concepts. Okay. So yeah, so this is all in this class. It was very foundation, very cute class. Next class, okay, what I'm going to cover, my friend, I'm going to cover what is NLP. This is the again, it will be a foundation. uh, I will cover what is NLP. Okay, NLP called natural. It is also called natural language processing. Right. So what is NLP? I will talk about in next class. Okay. It was just a basic foundation class. Okay. So let's connect next class and let us understand what is NLP and what the NLP is going to solve and why you should learn about NLP. I will see you next class. Okay. Bye.